Now he called me in his room. He's reading Krishna book. I offer obeisances. And he looks at me. He said, this Krishna book is so nice. He said, it's so wonderful. He said, if you just read this one book, if you just read Krishna book, he said, you can become Krishna conscious. He says, you don't have to read so many books, hundreds of books. One book, he said, if you read and understand, he said, you can be Krishna conscious. And of course, I'm just shaking my head. Yes, Prabhupada. This has happened twice already. Now this is the third time he's calling me in. Prabhupada's in ecstasy reading his books. This is the level we have to arrive at. Not that we struggle, okay, I have to spend 20 minutes reading, it's part of what I do. We'll be in ecstasy. Prabhupada heard he's in ecstasy. He's reading, he's in ecstasy. This is devotee. So Prabhupada's reading. So he looks at me. You don't have to read hundreds of books, he said. There's no one else in the room. It's just me. And then he looks at me. He didn't look back down at the book, so I couldn't leave. He just kept staring at me. He said, you don't even have to read the whole book. He said, one chapter. You read one chapter from this book, he said, and you can become Krishna conscious. And when Prabhupada's in ecstasy, you just have to sit there and appreciate it. And then he's looking at me. He said, you don't even have to read the whole chapter. Just one line. Prabhupada said, just one page. He said, if you read one page from this book, you can become Krishna conscious. But he kept staring at me. He's looking at me right through everything. He's just looking right to spirit soul. He said, you don't even have to read the whole page. He said, just one line. And he's doing just one line. He said, if you read one line from this book, this Krishna book, he said, you can become Krishna conscious. And he kept staring at me. So it means I can't move. I can hardly breathe. I'm just, and then he looks. You don't even have to read the whole line. Just one word. He went like, just one word in this book. He said, you read just one word in this book, you can be Krishna conscious. He said, because Krishna is in every word. Then he put his head down and he continued to read. I offered obeisances and I went back to my room.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.